Good day, children. Today we move on to the sixth lesson from the textbook Moments. The lesson is titled Weathering the Storm in Ersama by Harsh Mandir. Harsh Mandir is an Indian author, columnist, researcher, teacher, and social activist who works with survivors of mass violence and hunger as well as homeless persons and street children. He is the director of the Center for Equity Studies, a research organization based in New Delhi. Now, this lesson, Weathering the Storm in Ersama, is based on the cyclone which hit Orissa in October 1999, which killed thousands of people and devastated hundreds of villages. Now, the protagonist of the story, Prashant, a young man, for 2 dreadful nights was marooned on the roof of a house, and on the 3rd day he decided to get back to his village. Now, will he find his family there or not? Let's read and find out. On 27 October 1999, 7 years after his mother's death, Prashant had gone to the block headquarters of Ersama, a small town in coastal Orissa, some 18 kilometers from his village, to spend the day with a friend. In the evening, a dark and menacing storm quickly gathered. Winds beat against the houses with a speed and fury that Prashant had never witnessed before. Heavy and incessant rain filled the darkness. Ancient trees were uprooted and crashed to the earth. Screams rent the air as people and houses were swiftly washed away. The angry waters swirled into his friend's house neck deep. The building was of brick and mortar and was strong enough to survive the devastation of the wind's velocity of 350 km per hour. But the cold terror of the family grew with the crashing of trees that had got uprooted and fallen on their house sometime in the middle of the night, damaging its roof and walls. So here, Prashant was a native of a village in the coastal state of Odisha or Orissa, and on October 27th, 1999, he was visiting a friend in Ersama, which is a small town in Orissa, and there was also the block headquarters in Jagatpura district. Now, his village was at a distance of 18 kilometers from Ersama. Prashant had lost his mother 7 years ago, and that day a strong storm had gathered in the evening. Now, furious wind accompanied by continuous rain lashed the place. So, here fury means extreme strength, okay? Menacing storm. Menacing means dangerous and harmful. So, there was a furious wind which was accompanied by continuous rain which lashed the place, okay? Trees were uprooted, okay? Screams could be heard, and rent the air means filled the air, okay? And the water flowed with gush and swept away all the houses that came its way. So swirled means moved or flowed in a whirling motion. And the building, which was made of brick and mortar. Mortar is a mixture of lime, cement, sand and water, which is used to construct buildings. Okay, so which means it was strong. Okay, the building was strong that it could stand such a problem. Okay, but what happened was, the wind's velocity was 350 km per hour, and the family grew scared because that the trees were crashing onto houses after they got uprooted, and so one tree had fallen on their house too sometime in the middle of the night, and it damaged its roof and walls. Okay, the crazed destruction wrought by the cyclone and the surge of the ocean continued for the next 36 hours, although wind speeds had reduced somewhat by the next morning. To escape the waters rising in the house, Prashant and his friend's family had taken refuge on the roof. Prashant will never forget the shock he experienced at his first glimpse of the devastation wrought by the super cyclone in the grey light of the early morning. So, this storm continued for the next 1.5 days, although the wind had slowed down. Surge of the ocean means gush of the ocean. Okay, that's the force in which the water flowed. Okay, refuge means shelter. So, Prashant and along with his friend and that friend's family to escape from the rising levels of water, they took shelter on the roof of the house. And as the day dawned, Prashant saw the destruction caused by this super cyclone, because he saw how much the cyclone had wrecked, wrought by the super cyclone. Wrought means produced as a result of something. Okay. A raging deadly brown sheet of water covered everything as far as the eye could see. Only fractured cement houses still stood in a few places. Bloated animal carcasses and human corpses floated in every direction. All round, even huge old trees had fallen. 2 coconut trees had fallen on the roof of their house. This was a blessing in disguise, because the tender coconuts from the trees kept the trapped family from starving in the several days that followed. So, what was the devastation that Prashant saw, or the destruction caused? What did he see? He saw that, the raging deadly brown sheet of water had covered everything as far as the eye could see, and only fractured cement houses. Fractured means broken cement houses remained here and there, and there were bloated animal carcasses, which means that swollen dead bodies of animals and human beings. Okay, dead bodies of human beings floated in all direction, and all around he could see only old trees which had fallen down, and they were all floating. And there were 2 coconut trees which had fallen onto the roof of Prashant's friend's house. So initially they thought that the trees had damaged the roof and the walls of the house, but later they realized that it was a blessing in disguise, which means it was a blessing in disguise means an apparent misfortune which eventually gave good result. So because it was a blessing in disguise, because even though it had destroyed a part of the house, it actually proved beneficial for them. Since they were trapped in this house, they could eat this tender coconuts from the trees, and they could save themselves from dying from starvation. Okay. For the next 2 days, Prashant sat huddled with his friend's family in the open on the rooftop. They froze in the cold and incessant rain. The rainwater washed away Prashant's tears. The only thought that flashed through his mind was whether his family had survived the fury of the super cyclone. Was he to be bereaved once again? So, the next 2 days, Prashant and the others, they spent on the rooftop. So, huddled means together in a group. Okay, so they sat on top of the roof, and they were actually feeling very cold from this continuous rain. And this rain had actually washed away Prashant's tears. Okay, because on the rain you cannot see your tears. And the only thought that Prashant had was about his family members. He was worried that he had already lost his mother, and he was still grieving over the loss of his mother. Maybe in this destruction, or in the super cyclone, he could have lost another family member also. Bereaved means to have lost a family member or a friend to death. So he was worried about that. Would he have lost someone else? 2 days later, which seemed to Prashant like 2 years, the rain ceased and the rainwater slowly began to recede. Prashant was determined to seek out his family without further delay. But the situation was still dangerous, and his friend's family pleaded with Prashant to stay back a little while longer. But Prashant knew he had to go. So the rain stopped after 2 days, and it seemed to Prashant that this 2 days was like almost 2 years. And this also shows that it was very difficult for him to pass the time, because he was worried about what would have happened to his family. He was worried about his family's well-being, and also them being worried about him. and by then the rain had stopped and the water started receding or reducing slowly. And even though it was dangerous to go out, Prashant did not waste any more time and he left to find his family. And even though Prashant's friend's family had requested him to stay back, he left. He equipped himself with a long, sturdy stick and then started on his 18-kilometer expedition back to his village through the swollen flood waters. It was a journey he would never forget. He constantly had to use his stick to locate the road, to determine where the water was most shallow. At places it was waist deep and progress was slow. At several points he lost the road and had to swim. After some distance he was relieved to find two friends of his uncle who were also returning to their village. They decided to move ahead together. So, with the help of a long stick, Prashant started the 18-kilometer long expedition or journey. Expedition means journey back to his village, especially through this heavy water which was flooded there. And as he passed through the flooded water, the journey got inscribed in his mind forever, because he had to use the stick to guide him and find the path where the water was shallower. And at some places the water was waist deep, and his pace had to be slowed. He had to slow down his pace, and at certain places he even lost track of the road, and therefore he had to swim to save himself from drowning. And after some time he felt very relieved, because he got the company of two friends of his uncle who were returning to their village, and so they all decided to proceed ahead together. As they waded through the waters, the scenes they witnessed grew more and more macabre. They had to push away many human bodies, men, women, children, and carcasses of dogs, goats, and cattle that the current swept against them as they moved ahead. In every village that they passed, they could barely see a house standing. Prashant now wept out loud and long. He was sure that his family could not have survived this catastrophe. So, as Prashant and the friends, the other two friends had moved, as this group proceeded, they saw the horrible scenes of this, storm. Waded means swam, okay, and macabre means horrible. So they had to push through dead bodies of human beings and animals which were being swept around by the current of the water. Carcasses means dead bodies. Okay. Now, as they crossed villages, there was not a single house to be seen, and passing through each village, Prashant's fear grew and he started crying out loudly. He was sure that his family members wouldn't have survived this disaster. Catastrophe means disaster. Eventually, Prashant reached his village, Kalikuda. His heart went cold. Where their home once stood, there were only remnants of its roof. Some of their belongings were caught, mangled, and twisted in the branches of trees just visible above the dark waters. Young Prashant decided to go to the Red Cross shelter to look for his family. So, when Prashant reached his village, Kalikuda, he became numb on seeing the remains of his house. Remnants means remains, okay, small remaining quantities. And all their belongings were scattered in the water, and a few things were hung on the branches of the trees just above the flood water. So he decided to look for his family at the shelter which was set up by the Red Cross Society. Among the first people he saw in the crowd was his maternal grandmother. Weak with hunger, she rushed to him, her hands outstretched, her eyes brimming. It was a miracle. They had long given him up for dead. So, at the Red Cross shelter, he saw his maternal grandmother, and she appeared very weak, but was glad to see that Prashant was alive, and she rushed to him with her arms open and her eyes brimming means her eyes were full of tears, and it was a miracle for her, as the family had thought that Prashant wouldn't have survived this storm. Quickly word spread and his extended family gathered around him and hugged him tight in relief. Prashant anxiously scanned the motley, battered group. His brother and sister, his uncles and aunts, they all seemed to be there. So, as Prashant's extended family came to know that he had come, they all gathered around him and they hugged him in relief. And Prashant saw that everyone was worried and injured. He also met his siblings, his uncles and aunts. Motley means desperate, okay, battered group or injured group. Okay, so I think we'll stop here with the part 1. We'll continue in the next video. Thank you, children.